Hi YouTube, my name's Harry Gochi, and in this short 5-minute presentation, I'll hope to share with you an interview I had with Stephen Yandick. Mr. Yandick is the part owner of a Boeing PT-17 Stearman from World War II, and he tells us what it feels like to fly the aircraft, as well as some of the technical specifications as well. Unfortunately, I could only interview him over the phone at the time, but one of the partners in the aircraft was very nice and let me into the hangar in order to take some videos of the aircraft to share with you all. So listen up, and I really hope you enjoy the video. So, Mr. Yandick, thank you for joining me and to share some of your knowledge on the Stearman aircraft. I guess I'll start off with, tell me specifically what kind of Stearman you own, and I believe you said you custom built it, or sorry, you built it from scratch, actually.
Actually, what I have is I have an original PT-17 from World War II. It's pretty much as stock as you can get and still make it safe. It does have some modern-day modifications to make the aircraft safer to operate.
Right, and what's its general, now I'm into the mechanical specs here. What's its general construction? I know that one thing that Stearman and his partners wanted initially for a biplane design was to have a combination of a metal frame and a wood frame. Is that true?
The fuselage is welded tubular steel that is covered with fabric. The wings are wood spars, wood ribs with metal fittings into it that are also covered with fabric.
Okay, and what are the engine specifications?
Mine, the PT-17, has a 220 horsepower Continental radial engine, the 7-cylinder radial engine. It puts out 220 horsepower at about 2150 RPM. Radials, they're an air-cooled engine, but unless you're in a really, really hot environment, they're actually pretty good. Never seen any major issues with cooling, and radials in general are very reliable. What the downfall was is with turbine engines, you were able to get more horsepower per weight than you could with an old radial engine, recip engine.
Okay, and I guess now I'll move on to the flight characteristics. As a pilot who has flown one, what are they compared to other trainer aircraft?
It's actually flying it in the air. It's a pretty responsive airplane. It's not a very fast airplane. It was meant as a trainer, so it's not a fast airplane. It is a biplane that's got a lot of drag due to the flying wires, but it's really responsive. It's got push-pull tubes and bearings in the controls, so they're pretty smooth. Same thing with the rudder. The rudder is cables. It's still pretty responsive. The downfall to an airplane like that is it's a tail dragger. So that being it's not a tricycle gear aircraft. It's really what they call a conventional aircraft, where it's got a tail wheel. As a result, it takes a little bit more finesse to fly a tail wheel aircraft as compared to a modern day tricycle aircraft, which has a nose gear. Also, it has very high center of gravity, and because of where the main landing gear is positioned, and as a result, it's very squirrely on the ground and is prone to ground looping. You'll end up in a ground loop, which basically will result in, especially on this airplane, either a broken aileron or a broken wing spar or both. And actually, some of the other World War II aircraft, same thing. Usually, if you got into a ground loop, it usually meant that a gear collapsing resulted in a bunch of damage.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Yandick, and thank you for spreading your knowledge about this wonderful aircraft.